Hey everybody, before we get into this episode, I want to give you a quick warning. Mike is kind of a dumb boomer who doesn't know how microphone sensitivity works, and as a result, his audio got a bit janky throughout this episode. And I apologize for that, but I wanted to, warn you before you heard it so you're not super confused that he is peaking constantly. I obviously volumed it out so it doesn't sound too horrible, but next week everything should be back in order like normal. My apologies. Have fun with the episode.
So you're on the move, huh?
Yeah, a little bit. Been on the road for 3 days. So I've got 28 hours of driving down now.
Nice.
Currently staying in Caldwell, Idaho.
Oh, Idaho. I hardly know her.
That didn't work.
No.
But
No.
I appreciate the effort, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, potato state, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I think they're all about those potatoes.
Before I get into my stuff, anything you've been up to you want to talk about?
Let's see. Oh, I did land a really huge account at work, so that's pretty freaking awesome.
Hey, poggers, let's get a pog in the chat for the Mike boy.
Yeah, it's like either the number 3 or number 5 biggest account my company has. So that's
sick.
Yeah, that's pretty freaking sick. It's gonna definitely be more work, but
Also more money, and you don't have enough to do anyway.
Right, exactly. Let's see what else has been going on with me. I tried the candy corn and dry roasted peanuts.
Did you? How'd that go?
It is straight fire, bro. I'm telling you.
Really?
Yeah. I tried it after Ken's wife Amy had listened to the podcast and was like, "Bro, that's not a new thing." She's like, "It's supposed to make it taste like a payday," and I was like, "Right on."
Oh,
so I literally went out that day and bought a bag of candy corn and dry roasted peanuts, and later on she sent me a picture of a bowl of them mixed, and I was like, "Shut the fuck up." And I sent her a picture of like the bag in the jar, and she's like, "No way, you went out today too?" Yup. But it's pretty freaking bomb.
I'll take your word for it. I'm not going to try it.
That's fair.
I want to ask real quick. We had some technical difficulties yesterday that led to us not recording yesterday, but recording today instead.
Yeah.
How are you recording at this time?
So I have the.
How are you doing the call? At least, I mean,
the call is going through my work iPad, which is old as shit, and it's still one of the iPads that still uses like the standard aux jack.
Okay, I'm not entirely certain here, but I think the date and time is fucked on that thing. Because I'm looking at my phone here and it's showing that our Discord call started on December 31st, 1969.
That's not accurate. Is that what you put as your birthday?
No, why would I do that? I'm an adult.
I thought you made a 69 joke.
No, it's showing what time this call started.
Oh, yeah, I noticed that yesterday. It said something about 1969. I'm not really sure what that's all about.
Who knows? Man. This podcast, so, everybody probably already knows, but just in case you don't, this is our first remote podcast, and the setup isn't ideal, to be honest. I'm currently on the road, and Mike had to kind of jerry-rig together a setup. I'm in the middle of fucking Idaho, and my service isn't great either, and the hotel's Wi-Fi sucks. So like I'm having a little bit of a call dropout. So if we have any issues with that, everybody just bear with us. It'll be better next week when I'm in my apartment and all.
Yeah. And hopefully I can get a better headphone setup, because this is a little goofy, but whatever. 2 tablets, some earbuds, and a microphone. It works.
But yeah, enough about your bullshit. Let's talk about my interesting stuff.
Yeah, okay, real quick, before you start talking about your actual trip, how much of your baked goods that you got as a going away present did you get through before you left?
Almost all of it. I only had 1 cinnamon roll left, and like by that point it was like pretty hard, so I just decided to skip out on that one.
Right on.
And then like the bag of like cookies and candies that my coworker made for me went in the car and it has been feeding us. So
nice.
But yeah, so I've been on the road for the past 3 days. I left on the 25th. It's now the 27th. The first 2 days we drove 10 hours. Today we only drove about 7 or 8. It was about 500 miles today. But it's been a real interesting trip. Really, I have never experienced the West really at all. So I've been seeing a lot of things. I'm like looking at stuff out on the side of the road that's like, wow, that looks like it's from a movie, but actually it's from real life.
Yeah.
It's like all these insane mountains and plateaus and crazy stuff that like I've never seen in Michigan before. And it's so cool. There's so much cool stuff. But at the same time, like, you know, we as a people have populated the eastern part of our country pretty well by this point. Like it's pretty damn well populated. Out here, not so much. Which became evident pretty quickly. So, you know, I'll preface this by saying, you know, in Michigan, I'm used to like driving on a highway and every mile there's an exit, and off of every exit there's like a gas station, some food, whatever. There's a town off of every exit basically. Like there were pretty much no exception, right?
Yeah, for the most part.
Out here, like I was driving through Wyoming yesterday. And I passed by a sign that said rest stop in 1 mile. Next rest stop, 102 miles.
What?
Yeah, there's legitimately just like huge swaths of land where there will be fucking nothing. Today, we went off the highway for a good chunk of the day, and legitimately speaking, I drove for a good 100 or so miles without seeing another gas station or place to eat at all. There was no towns or anything. It was just nonstop road.
It's wild.
There's so like you find these pockets of civilization. Like right now, I'm in Caldwell, Idaho, which is north of Boise, Idaho. So you know this whole stretch of area is decently well populated, but for like you know for like large chunks of the state, there's just nothing. There's just nothing but the wilderness, the untamed wilderness.
Huh.
But, you know, there's been ups and downs. There's been states that were more fun to drive through and states that kind of suck to drive through. Day one was interesting. It rained basically the entire day and rained hard. It didn't stop raining until we got out of Chicago. So day one, we drove from Michigan all the way to Omaha, Nebraska, and it didn't stop raining until Chicago, which is about 6 hours out into our drive. And even then, we still got spatterings of rain all the way to Nebraska.
Yeah.
So it was just raining like crazy. I'm like gripping the steering wheel tightly, like trying to drive carefully and all, you know, trying not to get into an accident day one. But then here, like now over the past couple days, like, the states are getting larger and things are getting more spread apart. So yesterday, like, you know, the first day we drove through Michigan, Indiana, Illinois, and you know, got into Nebraska. I think there's another state in there, but to be honest, my geography isn't the best. But then yesterday we only drove in Nebraska and Wyoming. That was the entire day. 10 hours of driving and we were only in Wyoming and Nebraska.
Wow. Huh.
Yeah, and let me tell you, Nebraska is boring as shit.
Yeah, like a lot of corn, right?
It was nothing but farmland, and it was flat as hell. There was nothing to look at, you know, and the populated areas were starting to get stretched farther and farther apart. There was nothing to look at. My younger brother drove for a while, and I just took a nap for 2 hours, and I woke up, and everything looked exactly the same.
Oh man, that's a boring ass drive.
Yeah, but then we got into Wyoming, and like, you know, there's two things I knew about Wyoming going into it. It's that it's windy and no one lives there, and both of those things turned out to be pretty much true. But it was really beautiful. Like, we started to see some mountains that were really crazy. We started driving through some mountains. Started seeing at the latter half of the drive, we were driving through kind of this big, almost it looked like a desert land, but it wasn't desert. But it was very like everything turns yellow out here. Nothing is green out here. It's all yellow. And there's like big tufts of like grass and tumbleweeds. I saw legitimate tumbleweeds, ran into one.
Oh shit.
And as we were driving, like the sun was setting, and like it had been cloudy all day long, and the clouds started to kind of part, and we just the sky like lit up into these like pink and blue streams of the sunset. It was absolutely gorgeous. It was insane.
Nice. Did you see any armadillos?
No, I did not.
Okay, that's like the other thing I think of, like out in the desert.
It wasn't really desert. It was actually like, more than anything, it's been cold as shit the past couple of days. We loaded up the car today in like 32 degrees weather.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was actually pretty cold today here too. Like, wake up this morning, I think it was like maybe like 40 or something. It wasn't really warm.
It was really cold. And the worst part too is, again, we're in Wyoming. Wyoming's crazy windy. So at like 32 degrees, it feels like it's like 22.
Oof. Yeah.
I mean, we were literally like the entire time we're driving through Wyoming, they have signs set up to warn you about how fast the wind is, because it's just commonplace. They were warning us that like up to 60 mile per hour winds, but what we were driving through was 40 mile per hour winds. And like, this is on top of the cold.
Yikes.
So it was just freezing. And a lot of the mountains we were passing by had snow on top and all of that. It was wild. But now we're in Idaho, and it got up to 60 degrees before we stopped. So I think tomorrow will be a bit nicer, which will be good, because that's when I'm, gonna make it to Eugene and go check out my apartment.
Yeah. Nice. So do you take possession of your apartment tomorrow?
Yes, so I can move right in.
Nice. Right on. What are you going to sleep on, like the first night or few nights or whatever?
The floor.
Okay. I didn't know if you had like an air mattress or anything.
No, where would I put that? My car is tiny.
Well, they deflate, it's an air mattress.
I'm aware of that, Mike. I have my car full of video equipment.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, I'm filled to the brim already, dude.
Oh, okay. Okay, right on.
But I ordered a mattress and a bed frame while I was on the road today. The mattress should be there on the 29th, which is the day after I move in. The frame might be there a bit later, but that's okay. I just need a mattress to sleep on.
Yeah. That's cool. How long is your brother going to be out there with you?
We're not entirely certain yet. I tried to ensure that the container with all of my worldly belongings would be arriving around the same time as us. I got an estimated time of 8 to 10 days, and so I loaded it up on the 20th. Got it sent on the 21st, so theoretically it would be there. It would be there on the 29th at the earliest. But what I didn't realize at the time is that it was 8 to 10 business days.
Oh, yeah, you forgot about weekends in there.
So we're looking at more like November 2nd to the 4th, and so originally I had planned to like have him back before the 6th because he has work then, but he might be taking an additional weekend off to help me. And I told him he didn't have to do that, but he said he would do it anyway.
Oh, nice. And then, so he's just gonna fly home after that?
Taking the train.
Oh, that'll be dope. That'll be a sick train ride all the way cross country.
Yeah, train. It's not that expensive to get a train from Oregon to Michigan either. They're like $200 to $300.
Huh. And does he live in Indianapolis with your parents?
No, he lives in Michigan.
Oh, okay. Okay, I guess I didn't realize your brothers stayed in Michigan.
Yeah, my older brother and my younger brother are both in Michigan. I don't honestly know. My younger brother, the one who's with me right now, stayed because he's like got a lot of friends there, and he's kind of got a lot of anxiety about being away from them. He lived with my parents in Nashville for a while, but just like couldn't make it work, so he moved back. My older brother's never left, and I don't really know why, because he's like me and doesn't like it here, but he's also kind of like a homebody. He he's older than me, but he moved out of our parents' house after I did, so I don't know, maybe he just is not willing to put up with moving or whatever, or hasn't gotten to a point where he's ready to. I don't know what the reason is, but
yeah, it is the older one, the one that used to work at the Thai restaurant.
Yes, he is.
Okay, right on. Yeah, that place was legit.
I don't know. Are they still open? I don't even know. I never ended up going.
I think it's a different Thai restaurant. Like, there's definitely still a Thai restaurant in that space. I just drove by it a couple days ago. But I'm pretty sure the name is different.
Okay.
Which is kind of weird, but kind of makes sense.
It's possible it's a rebranding, but at the same time, you see that kind of thing all the time. Like, I feel like there are multiple places I can think of where like there was a Chinese restaurant that turned into a different Chinese restaurant. I feel like that kind of thing happens kind of often.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, I guess with like pizza places that kind of shit happens all the time, but that's probably because, like pizza ovens are like specialty equipment.
That's what I was going to say. I think it comes down to the equipment. Like they're just like, well, they already got what we need installed here, so we'll just make the exact same thing in the exact same location and it won't fail because I don't know.
Right.
Now that I think about it, it isn't a great business plan. Like, there is like, if a restaurant shuts down because they didn't have quality food, like fair enough. But if it's the location, then just putting a different restaurant there isn't going to change anything.
No, not at all.
I guess that's why we see that happen so often. Like, 3 different pizza places have been here. It's not the food, it's the location.
Yeah. Yeah, people don't really think that through very well.
People are dumber than they like to think they are. But yeah, man, the trip has actually gone very well. We've not had any major hangups whatsoever. My car has been running absolutely fine. No issues there. And we got into some mountains today. Like, I got some insane footage. We drove through, I believe it's the Cache National Forest, and it was crazy. Because it's like a national park, like they don't have a highway built going through the mountain. Instead, you have roads that like wind in between all of them. So it was crazy cool climbing up those. And then even better was driving down. I legitimately, like, we were going downhill for so long and at such an angle that I put my car in neutral and I just braked down. I didn't press the gas once the whole way down. It was awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was really cool. I got really good gas mileage throughout there.
Oh, I bet.
And Luna has been an absolute champ. Luna is like the easiest car cat ever. Like, I think we talked in a previous episode, like every time I've had her in the car, she's like meowed nonstop. But like this time I have her harnessed up and I have her leash like wrapped around one of like the handholds in the car. And so she has full freedom in the car. She just like, if she tries to get out, she's not going to get far. But so we just put her in and we let her out of her cage and she just chills out. She lays in somebody's lap and just hangs out. She's completely chill while we're in the car.
Nice. Oh, that's a relief.
Yeah, she's been an absolute champ the whole time. The only problem is that she won't eat or drink while we're in the car. So I have to try to get her to eat or drink a bunch while we're in the hotel room and going to the bathroom too. She used her litter box once while we were on the road, but she's only pooped one time while we've been on the road. I'm trying to like convince her to poop some more.
Oh man, she's going to get all backed up.
Yeah. And let me tell you, the one time she did poop, it was absolutely rancid. Like, my God, it filled up the entire hotel room.
Oh, did you?
So I know.
Did you just like flush that?
Well, no, it was in a litter box. So I scooped it out and threw it away. But
yeah, I guess I just scooped it and flushed it. Get that out of there.
That was on the first day. That was at the first hotel. She didn't poop at all at the last hotel, so she poops at this one. It's gonna be another stanker.
Oh man, maybe she's just saving it for Eugene.
And maybe, dude. I mean, like honestly, I don't care. I just want her to poop, but I would appreciate it if she would schedule her poop around the time we're checking out, so I can not be in that for very long.
Yeah. Oof. Oh, well, how have your hotels been?
Pretty good. Our first hotel was really nice. It was a Best Western Plus. And it was just, I don't know, it was a great hotel. Our second one was a little less great, but it wasn't bad. It was fine. The only issue with it was that they put a desk like close to the door and close to the bathroom, and like my brother would sit at the desk to do some stuff on his laptop, and like it was like next to impossible to get past him without having him to like get up or scooch in, because the bed was way too close to the desk, so you couldn't really get past it.
Oh yeah, that's not good, but whatever.
And then the hotel we're in now is comparable in quality to the first one. It's pretty nice.
Man, I was hoping you were going to have some experience at like a Roach motel that's just like, just complete fucking trash. But
no, dude, when I was planning hotels, I made sure to not choose the cheapest option, and I hate motels personally, so I was not going to stay at a motel.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm with you. I would have done the same thing, but just for story's sake, like I was hoping there was going to be some like sketchy motel where you like didn't plan anything and like nobody had any vacancies, and you just found like a random spot that had a room and just rolled with it.
Nah, sorry, bro. I was pretty careful about it.
All right. Yeah, it's fine.
Been trying to have a couple of different fast food places, trying to sample the things I've never had before.
Yeah. So what have you had so far?
So we had Hardee's on the first day.
Okay.
Hardee's is fucking awesome. That place was great.
I think there's a couple Hardee's in Michigan. They're just not very common.
I've never seen them, but like I had a killer burger there. It was really good. Like honestly, zero complaints. Okay, I do have one complaint. Their fries were like way too salty, but other than that, really good burger.
Okay. Nice.
Then today we had, what was it called? Taco Town? Taco Time. Sorry, I had to ask my brother who's sitting in the room. We had a taco from a place called Taco Time.
Okay.
Which like we had seen coming across the country. We'd seen a few Taco Times. The first couple times I saw them, I thought it was just like, I didn't think it was fast food. But then like by the time I saw it like the fifth time, I was like, oh yeah, this is fast food. So we were in Logan, Utah, which by the way, I'll mention too, Logan, Utah is probably the prettiest town I've ever been in. Like legitimately speaking, we were driving down the mountain from that Cache National Forest I was telling you about. And so we're driving, like weaving in and out of mountains, and there's this big mountain kind of blocking our view, and so we curve around it, and it opens up to this really nice, absolutely beautiful town that we're looking down on. It's just like reds and yellows all the way because of all the fall, and it's like an actual properly populated town. Like we were both like, this is probably the most populated town we've seen in a couple days. And it was just a gorgeous town, honestly. Like really, really liked it there. So we ended up getting this Taco Time place in Logan, Utah. And it was I figured it'd be like comparable to a Taco Bell or something, but it was pretty fucking disappointing.
Was it?
Yeah. So like my brother got a burrito, and his burrito was like room temperature, first of all.
Oh.
I got two tacos, and like the taco meat was like fine, nice and warm. They topped it with like ice cold lettuce. It was like it felt like it was straight out of a freezer, and there was way too much of it too. I had to like scrape off lettuce, and then what was left was like frigid.
Huh.
Which which was awesome. And then like both of us got as a side, they have Mex fries is what they're called, what they call them, like Mexican fries.
Okay.
FYI for anybody who's interested in trying Taco Time, Mex fries are literally just fucking tater tots. They're just fucking tater tots.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm I'm looking at their website while we're talking, and I'm like I see the picture of them on like the sides section of the menu. It shows like this cup of. I'm like, oh, those are tater tots. And you mentioned Mex fries, and I'm like, oh, that's got to be something different. Nope.
No, it's just the tater tots. It's like they didn't toss in some chili powder. They didn't toss in any paprika. They didn't try to like make it more like Mexico or anything. They're just tater tots.
Huh.
So, Taco Time. Bit disappointed in that one, to be honest.
Okay.
But other than that, we haven't seen a lot of other fast food places. We stopped at a gas station and picked up some food because I think we were in Wyoming at the time. And sorry, everybody, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties. My laptop died in the middle of me telling that story, so I don't know necessarily where it left off, but I'm just going to try to tell it again, and I'll try to figure it out in editing. Everybody clear on that? Okay, excellent. So we pulled up to this gas station and we hadn't seen any food or gas in a while, and we were both hungry, and we kind of had this thought, like, we don't know the next time we're going to see food or gas because that's just kind of how it is out here. And so we decided we were just going to eat whatever we could find at this gas station in the middle of Wyoming. And they had like a counter where they had like hot food sitting, and like I'll say too, like it felt kind of restaurant-ish because they had like a guy behind the counter who was standing there like taking questions. I presume he would have taken orders if we'd placed one, but he was just kind of chilling there. The food was all prepared. I don't really know what he was doing. He was just kind of standing there. But we saw wrapped up something called a chicken and pepper jack, and we were like, oh, a chicken and pepper jack sandwich. That sounds good. So we both got them, paid, and went back out of the car, only to find out that the chicken and pepper jack was literally just a piece of chicken and a slice of pepper jack cheese between some buns.
I mean,
that's all it was.
I mean, at least the description was accurate.
The description was very accurate. I wonder now what they would have called like a regular burger. Would they have called it burger, tomato, lettuce, cheese, onion?
Right.
Do they just list the ingredients as the name of the food? Because that's what it seems like.
That would make that guy standing there answering questions even less useful.
Yeah, why is he standing there? All the ingredients are listed right on the label. You know, I say that, but at the same time, I have experience with customers asking dumb questions like that, and it's like it's on the label. Why are you asking me?
Right.
But so, it didn't taste bad, honestly, but like the fact that they had this counter with this guy standing there made me expect more, and it was just kind of disappointing, but it was fine. It was food. We needed food at the time, so
yeah. Nice. Have you guys eaten anywhere else?
I'm trying to think. I don't think so. Everything else has just been stuff you would expect. McDonald's and Taco Bell, and we got IHOP last night when we got into the hotel.
Nice. I was going to ask you, or I guess not ask you, but I was going to suggest that we both, if you haven't tried it already for the next podcast, we both need to try that new Taco Bell. What is it? Like a crispy cantina melt taco? Something like that?
I didn't know this existed.
Yeah, I think it just came out like maybe last week. The Cantina Crispy Melt Taco.
Okay.
It says freshly fried shell, so basically it's just a hard taco. And it says hidden layer of melty cheeses. It just looks like there's cheese like underneath the layer of beef.
That doesn't sound terrible. It doesn't sound like it would make a huge difference either.
Yeah, it really doesn't. It looks like it's got like the shredded cheese and nacho cheese under there. So,
oh,
I don't know. It looks good. I figured we would both have access to that. So after our little whatever chicken nugget Lunchables sandwich fiasco, I thought maybe we'd have a little better luck if we both tried this one.
All right. Well, I don't think I'll try that again on the trip itself, but I'll have a week in Oregon to give it a shot. Yeah, for sure. Just
definitely go out. You should go out of your way at some point to try that. But I'm sure you'll have a decent amount of fast food meals your first week or so.
I definitely will. I'm planning to hit all the hot spots. I don't know why our fast food is such a subject on our podcast, but I don't really mind.
No, neither do I. I really enjoy it. And it's weird. I don't really get fast food all that often. It's usually just when those new items come out, they kind of wrangle me in a little bit.
I gotcha. I mean, yeah, I like to think that I like to try all the fast food that's available, which is it's kind of hilarious because for all the years that I lived in Michigan, there are many restaurants that I saw in the city that I never tried. But man, when Taco Bell has a new shitty chicken sandwich thing, I gotta try that motherfucker.
Right. Like we said, Taco Bell, they got the same 8 fucking ingredients, but they managed to mix them up into something completely new and amazing all the time.
I think the worst part about that thing for me is that where I was living, there was a Popeyes right next to the Taco Bell. So it's why on earth would I go to Taco Bell to get this shitty chicken nugget, chicken sandwich taco thing when I could just go to Popeyes and get the chicken sandwich?
Right. Yeah.
The answer is because there's always 8 cars in the drive-through, but that's not the point.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Legitimately, a lot of the times that I end up getting Taco Bell, it's because I went to see if Popeyes had a terrible drive-through, and since most of the time they did, I would get Taco Bell instead.
Yeah, I understand that. Well, I remember the first, God, I don't know. It was probably only 3 or 4 times, but it seemed like every time we recorded an episode for the first couple months, when I was leaving, you'd be like, hey, will you tell me if there's a line at Popeyes? As I was leaving.
It's because every time we stopped recording the podcast, I didn't know what to eat. We had just been working for an hour. I didn't feel like making anything, so I was like, I kind of want Popeyes, and Mike's gonna swing by there. So
right, yeah.
But no, it was definitely an inordinate amount of times, right after having tried the chicken sandwich the first time. It was, the thing is good.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you the thing isn't good. I don't know that it lived up to the hype. I don't believe it was worth whoever got stabbed over it,
Well, yeah, it's definitely not worth getting stabbed over, but I mean, it probably is the best chicken sandwich I've had.
It's finger licking good. That's KFC's thing.
Right, that is KFC's thing.
It's Popeyes now. I've decided. Sorry, KFC, you're going to have to retire that one. Choose a new one.
Yeah.
KFC's new slogan, the Colonel did not own slaves.
Except he probably did.
Except he probably did. Look at the way that motherfucker dresses.
Oh, yeah, he lived on a fucking plantation. Even if they weren't quote unquote slaves, he still had African American help.
Oh, definitely. Even if they weren't slaves, they were underpaid.
Oh, for sure.
You don't grow up in Kentucky wearing an all white suit without having to walk all over some black people to do it.
Right. And okay, they weren't slaves, but he probably gave them room and board in what used to be quote unquote slave quarters. Oh, fucking
yeah, KFC. Gonna have to distance yourself from that one.
Fucking Arlen Sanders or whatever his name is.
Is it Orland? Arlen? I don't know.
It's Arland or Harland. I think Arlen.
I told you about the dating game they made for KFC, right?
Yeah, we talked about that because remember I told you they made that movie with Mario Lopez where he played like a young Colonel Sanders.
Yeah. They were doing that whole thing.
Yeah.
Man, we've actually talked about KFC stuff a lot. Did their gaming console ever come out?
I don't know. I was just going to ask you about that. The one with like the air fryer built into it.
See, I don't know because like all these things they do are more or less marketing stunts. Like their dating game wasn't good. The lifestyle movie wasn't good. Like,
right.
So I don't know if the KFC console ever actually came to exist or if it was purely for marketing. I'm going to look it up.
They announced that. That was what, like,
no, my internet's too bad. I can't look it up.
Okay. Do you remember what it was called?
I would just look up KFC gaming console. I don't think you're going to get a lot of results.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, okay. KFC gaming console. The KF console.
Oh, that sounds about right.
Yeah. Let's see.
It was some absurd price. It was like a $2,000 console or something like that.
Yeah, I'm looking at one website. It doesn't list any kind of information. There's also a Wikipedia page that just leads me to that website.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I don't think it exists. I think it was purely a marketing stunt. They pretended they were going to sell it, and then when everybody stopped looking, they delisted it.
Yeah, that's probably accurate.
You know, there had to be at least one person who was just heartbroken that it never came to be, though.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Some fucking guy living in his mom's house with KFC dating simulator posters on his wall was counting the days until he could place his KF console pre-order.
Probably Chris Chan. Just bringing it full circle there.
Nice. The worst part is I can totally see it.
Like when you were describing this person, that's like exactly how I imagine Chris Chan when you were telling the Christory.
The kind of person who would buy a KF console. That's who they are.
Yes.
See, like, really, the possibilities are endless with Chris Chan. You never know where his story will go.
Yeah.
Or their story, sorry. Oh, man, I never told you about it. They wrote a letter from jail.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, I don't even know where to start with this. Bro, Chris Chan thinks they're fucking Jesus.
Oh, no. No.
So I had this brought to my attention by Scorpion. I'll say too, like, I didn't go over this when we talked about Chris Chan, but Chris Chan has an extraordinarily unique way of writing and speaking to the point where a lot of the things that they say don't make any actual grammatical sense, but you could kind of glean what they're trying to say from it. So like, you know, you read the letter and a lot of it is complete fucking nonsense. But the gist of the letter was that like, they're the second coming of Jesus. They are Jesus themselves. And like Sonnet Chew is like the Holy Ghost or some shit.
Oh no.
Dude, they were on some straight fucking delusions of grandeur bullshit, my guy. And Scorpion levied a theory my way that, you know, this is, you know, Chris Chan is a very like, what's the word I'm looking for here? Easily influenced person. So what we think may have happened was that like Chris Chan has always been pretty religious, but Chris Chan just kind of dug into the Bible that was at the jail.
Okay.
And, you know, sitting there alone in a jail cell, just did what they always do, escaped into a world of make-believe, or all of a sudden, like, they are Jesus.
Yeah.
Let me try to. Okay, I've got it pulled up. I'm not going to read through the whole thing because it's really, really long. But I want to see if I can pull something really helpful here.
Yeah, right on. Go for it.
Or really funny or interesting here. Okay, yeah. So there's some stuff in here about sleeping with his mom, about how all of her past sins and regrets. And wait, okay, hang on. I'm trying to find where this begins. Finally, the all-important popular present plus FAQs. Why and what the hell? Emmanuel, God above all gods and goddesses, and one of my mentors herself, had deemed me to heal, cleanse, and clear Barbara of all of her past sins and regrets, and improve her abilities directly and personally as her goddess. We mainly cuddled, soul bonded, and talked. Consentful and emotionally and mentally supportive and healing, I did as I had done for and with a chosen few back in Israel over 2,000 years ago in cleansing them.
Wow.
More details for the Bible that had been overlooked and left out. We gods had eased up on the views of adultery. Why else do you have pro-gay and pro-lesbian / pro-trans and all today and the past decades? Everyone involved were all being genuinely, deeply happy, content, and spiritually satisfied with themselves and each other's. Like, bro, you're talking about your dementia-riddled, 80-year-old mom. It doesn't work. It don't work like that.
No.
Oh, fuck. Oh, I can't believe I forgot to tell you about that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know what to say, man. Like, they've just gone off they were already off the deep end. They've gone off the deep end.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting.
They need serious professional help.
Right. This is off topic, but did you happen to stop into World Market before you left?
Yeah, twice actually.
I figured you did. Did you end up seeing Teresa?
I didn't. I missed her. She wasn't working that Sunday for some reason.
The reason I ask is because she sent me a text. I think it was like Sunday night, and asked me for your number, so I gave it to her. But
oh fuck, she sent me a text, and I completely forgot to respond because I was on the road.
Yeah, you should probably respond to that.
Yeah, I'll have to respond to that. No one I knew was working on Sunday other than Ken and Tom.
Okay.
I saw Tim on Friday, but I missed Bradley.
Okay. Right on. Did you pick up any classic World Market goodies?
No, I was gonna grab some Happy Hippos, but they were out of stock both days I was there.
Oh, fucking of course. Let me guess, they were on a pallet.
Probably, man. I don't know. I didn't ask because I'm not a pain in the ass, but
right.
But you know what I did catch was that Christmas was up in full force and Halloween was like 2 fixtures.
Yeah, that's so fucking weird. Like, I know Christmas is a way bigger deal, but Halloween is like this week.
Dude, just hold off until Halloween is done. Is that so much to ask?
Or like have both of them up, but at least like let Halloween run through Halloween. Like,
yeah, let Halloween do its thing, man.
Yeah. I really got to stop in there. It's been since like probably last fall for me. So
I know I came in and Tim said it felt like I hadn't seen him in a year. And you can't really trust anything Tim says because he can't remember anything, but he was right.
Yeah, his dementia brain, it doesn't work right.
Right. What he needs is some gentle, caring healing.
He does. Did you hear that? I want to say it was the day you left. Your former location of employment was evacuated because they thought there was a bomb.
Yeah, I got texts about it because I'm still signed on to their like text program or whatever.
Yeah.
I texted my coworkers. I was like, "What the hell did you do?" As soon as I left.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, apparently there was a mysterious package delivered and they had to call like a bomb squad.
Yeah, I think like that whole little like strip mall got evacuated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
They just really miss me.
Yeah, I saw that pop up online somewhere, and someone probably just figured they couldn't go on if you weren't there ordering too many pies.
Yeah. It's Thanksgiving time, bro. We need that many pies.
Right. Oh God, was that for Pie Day when you ordered too many?
Yeah, it was Pie Day.
Okay, or Valentine's or something. I don't remember.
It was Pie Day.
Yeah, the Pie Day pies. You know how kids like just in general say really weird fucking shit?
Yeah.
I was walking out of a Kroger the other day, and this little girl walks in with like her brother and mom and dad and just goes, "It smells like cheese in here. Dad cheese."
Dad cheese?
Yeah. Yeah, dad cheese. I don't really know what dad cheese is.
I don't think I want to know what dad cheese is.
No, I don't either.
We're talking about
really,
like toe cheese, like belly button cheese. What are we talking about here? What kind of cheese?
Fremunda cheese? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That seemed weird that like the girl had said that. Yeah.
I saw I saw a video on Reddit of this woman. She was filming her husband. She goes, "Would you still love me if I was fat?" And he goes, "Yeah, of course." And you hear a daughter in the background go, "But mom, you are fat."
Oh, damn. That is cold.
And the worst part is like you can't even like dispute it because like the kid doesn't know what they're saying is bad. They're just speaking the truth.
Right. Damn.
That mom is fat, whether she likes it or not.
Damn, those kids tell it how it is.
They don't fuck around with you, no.
No. I made the mistake of that we had talked about earlier about I tried to get into the wrong car this week.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I just like I reached into my pocket and like I hit unlock and I like pulled on a door handle and nothing happened, and sure as shit it wasn't my car.
Oopsie.
Oops. I mean, it was close by again. That shit happens all the time, but
Did you try to find the owner and see if they wanted to trade keys?
no. I haven't run into another owner when there's been one around.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, that's something else I was going to mention about the road trip. Like on a lot of these roads in the middle of nowhere, all we were seeing are like semis and stuff. There's like no other cars because no one else needs to travel like between those locations.
Right.
So it's just like my little Toyota Avalon barreling down the highway next to all these semis.
Have you passed any areas that like don't have a speed limit?
Yeah, there was a big stretch of the off-road we were on today kind of just didn't have a speed limit.
Did you like try and test it out, like push the car up to like 100?
No, I'm trying very hard to not push my car any harder than I have to.
That's probably good. Yeah, you got to make it out there.
We've been limiting it to like 70, 75 most of the time. Today the highway speed limit went up to 80, so we, cranked it up to 80 for a little bit, but
you really,
for the most part, not speeding at all, sticking to the right lane, only going into left lane to pass, all that.
Oh yeah, you really opened her up for a little while today.
Yeah.
Really wanted to see what she's got.
It's one of those things where it's like, for this whole road trip thing, there's like today and tomorrow where we're gonna have all this extra time at the end of the trip. And sure, I could have like found some spots for us to stop off and see what's going on, but I don't want to add any more miles to this trip than there already are, because the less I have to make my car do, the better.
Yeah. That was the other thing I was going to ask. Have you seen any like roadside attractions?
A couple of things. Yeah. So we stopped off today at a place called Bear Lake. They had this scenic overlook where you could just look out. You could look out and see like 10 miles out where a lake ended, and there was just mountains everywhere. It was absolutely gorgeous. We also in Wyoming stopped off at a rest stop where they had a giant stone carved statue of Abe Lincoln's head for some reason.
Oh yeah. I saw that on Instagram.
Yeah. So we stopped off at that, chilled out there for a bit. They had some really pretty sights there, so we got some shots there too. I'm doing a bunch of filming too. And then today, for the past 2 days, we've been seeing signs for some place called Little America. Like we started seeing signs for Little America like 500 miles away from Little America actually is. And so the closer we got, the more billboards we started seeing, and we were both like, what the fuck is Little America? We decided we had to stop and see it, and it turned out it was basically just like a bed and breakfast with a truck stop.
Oh.
So we didn't even end up stopping. We just kind of took a look around and left.
Oh, have you been to any truck stops?
I mean, a lot of the gas stations double as truck stops, All
right. Sometimes they have like interesting, like down home country restaurants included with them.
No, I haven't seen any of that. You know what I was wondering about though? A lot of the truck stops have like, rest areas for the truckers, and they all kind of park next to each other and group up. I was wondering, do you think any of them ever like climb out of the cabin, like go knock on the door of another one's and be like, hey bro, you need a snuggle buddy or something?
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, I guarantee that shit happens all the time.
That would be me. I'd be like, I'm trying to find a cuddle buddy. Who's going to be my bear tonight?
Oh, you're like, anybody looking for a twink?
I'll be the twink to your bear, bro. Just let me in your cabin.
Right, you're like, hey guys, my heater's broken. Can we like cuddle up tonight? Bunk up in there?
Nah, bro. What the smart move is to keep a game cube in your cabin at all times. Then you can like go knock on their door, ask if they want to smash, and if they seem immediately off put by it, you could say Super Smash Bros. Do you want to play Super Smash Bros? But if they're not put off by it, maybe you can work something out,
right? I like it. Or
you got yourself covered in case things don't go as planned.
Or you find yourself a lot lizard.
Yeah, true. That's an option as well.
Yeah. I imagine they just walk back and forth in between all the trucks until someone's like, hey there, lizard. Want to come give me a lick?
Gross.
I just imagine that's how it works.
It would be a good combo move. Pick up a lot lizard and some meth and play Super Smash Bros. At like 120 miles per hour.
It seems like a plan to me.
It sounds like a great plan, dude. Shit, I'm gonna get my trucker's license after all. This life sounds excellent.
Yeah. Oh, did you? Well, probably not, because you said you didn't have room. But did you bring like a game console with you to hook up in the hotel rooms?
No, I mean I have my Switch with me, but I've just been playing it handheld.
All right, right on. I gotcha.
But I haven't had a lot of chances to do that. Both on Monday when we got into the hotel, it was pretty late because we got kind of a late start. So we basically like we were up for like an hour before we went to sleep, and then yesterday it was another 10-hour driving day. I was just so tired out, I didn't feel like doing anything, so I just laid in bed for like an hour or two before shutting out the lights. Tonight we have a little extra time, so I might pick up some Dark Souls.
Nice, right on. Sounds like you're like you guys are having a pretty decent time.
It's been a great trip, man. I talked in previous podcasts about how I've always wanted to do like a really long form road trip, and this is it, and it's been awesome.
Yeah.
Like I said, like we were driving through the mountains in Utah and just being like, this is fucking unreal. Like this actually exists. Like we've seen it in pictures and movies and whatnot, but it's like, it's crazy to drive through it yourself.
Are you at some point, are you going to like document this all in a video?
Yep. So I've been filming like crazy. I bought a suction cup mount for, I forgot to, I needed to tell that GoPro story I mentioned.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll tell that real quick. So, I wanted to use my GoPro on the road trip to, pick up a good amount of footage. The problem is my GoPro for a long time has had like issues with its battery. It just like didn't have a good battery life. It would charge up to like 100% and then you'd use it for a bit and it would just like shoot down to 1%. I didn't know what was up with it. The real problem was like the battery that I had inside it, like the GoPro batteries, they have like a little pull tab on the top that you can like yank to like pull it out of the battery thing. The pull tab on my battery broke, so it's just kind of stuck inside the battery slot.
Yeah, I think
I
think this was actually an issue when we filmed one of our videos.
Yeah, no, it would keep dying. We had to like keep recharging it.
Yeah.
So I didn't really know what was causing that, and I couldn't really do anything about it because the battery was stuck. But I decided like I want to get footage for this road trip. I want to buy an extra battery, whatever. So I got to try to find out a way to get this battery out. And so I looked up some videos on how I could like try to get it out. And the thing that struck me about it is like even when people got them stuck, like as soon as they like managed to like get it out, it would just like pop right out. Mine had never really done that. It was always kind of a battle getting it out of the slot, and I didn't really know why. And so I found a screwdriver and I like jabbed it into the battery, and I was kind of like, if the battery explodes, it's whatever. This is basically unusable as it is anyway. So if I break my battery trying to get this out, like no big deal. So I managed to pry the battery just slightly out using the screwdriver, but it was still kind of stuck in, but it was out enough that I could kind of like pry it out with my fingers. So I went and grabbed a pair of needle nose pliers, and I went in there and I grabbed the battery with the needle nose pliers and yanked it out. And it was really hard to do.
Yeah.
And the reason I found out is because the battery was bloated up like a fucking balloon.
Oh, damn.
So, and I'll mention too, my GoPro for the longest time was my webcam on streams, but obviously I didn't rely on battery power for that. I had it plugged in at all times. And what I tested after getting the battery out that I should have tested very long ago is that I could keep my GoPro plugged in and charging it to use live without having a battery actually in the compartment.
Yeah.
So the issue was that for the longest time while I was using it as a webcam, I was just constantly plugged in and the battery got overcharged. So it bloated, killed its battery life, and got stuck in the compartment.
Oh, damn. So that's the GoPro saga.
Yeah. So I threw away that battery and bought two more.
Gotcha.
So,
suction cup mount.
Yeah, so then I bought a suction cup mount so I can stick my GoPro to the side of my car. And I was a bit nervous doing it at first, but it's worked out really well. Like I can stick it to the side of my car with like a bunch of attachments, having it stick off like 5 feet from the car, or 5 inches from the car, and it'll stay on. Driving 75 miles down the highway, it'll stay stuck on there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I managed to get a ton of really cool shots using the GoPro. It did fall off one time. Today, we were pulled off to the side of the road. I repositioned the GoPro, and then like I started driving, and it like literally as soon as I started driving, it just fell right off, and the screen cracked, which sucks. But it didn't break, and we managed to get it back. I was glad that it fell off while I was going like 40 miles down the highway instead of at like 75 in like a heavily trafficked area.
Yeah.
So, it's fine, but I've got a ton of shots from different angles of the trip with the GoPro just going down the highway. And then the camera I currently use for webcam, we've been taking lots of shots with that. My brother's actually been a huge help with the filming. He's just been like, while I was like driving through the mountains in Utah, just documenting everything, like getting like the 6-10 minute shots of just like everything we can see. So really excited. I'm planning to make a video kind of documenting the whole journey. I filmed a lot of stuff while I was like packing too. I'm going to film a lot of stuff while I'm unpacking. I kind of want to just have like the whole story kind of documented and told.
Nice. That'll be awesome.
Yeah. So I'm really excited about putting that together.
That's rad. I gotta ask, because I've been looking at it periodically throughout this episode. Your Discord avatar, is it like vampire Wayne Brady drinking a 40?
It's Morpheus drinking a 40 in a death basket. You have no idea what I'm referencing.
No, not a clue.
So this is kind of a long story for anyone. I mean, you wouldn't know. My profile picture on basically everything is like my Jolly Roger from my channel. The exception to that is my Discord profile picture, which is Hannibal Buress from the Eric Andre show drinking a 40 and kind of spilling it on his face. The reason for that is because around April 1st of 2018, our good friend Kanan, who was guest star on episode 5, had changed his profile picture to some random actor I didn't know. And so I asked him on that day, like, why he had changed his profile picture, and he explained it to me. And I was like, well, I want to be on this. So I changed my profile picture to Hannibal Buress, and I just left it for the longest time. And so eventually Halloween drew around, and everybody was changing their profile pictures to be Halloween themed. So I took the picture of Hannibal Buress, threw it into Photoshop, and I made him into Dracula.
I like it.
And then for a while, every time a holiday would come around, I would change it to fit that holiday. So I have like a Santa Hannibal Buress, I have a Pilgrim Hannibal Buress, I have like a Valentine's Day and Easter Bunny Hannibal Buress. I have all kinds of different ones.
Oh, that's awesome.
But I'm actually really lazy about changing them. So usually like I won't change it until someone on my Discord reminds me to. So not that long ago, I think I had it as Santa Hannibal Buress until like late September, and then someone said I should change it, so I changed it back to Dracula Hannibal.
I gotcha. Well, but you should work on like a Thanksgiving. Like, can you make him into like a pilgrim with like a turkey leg or something?
Yeah, I already have one of those actually.
Okay, nice, right on. Well, coming up here in like a week or so, you'll probably have to change it because we're what, like 4 days away from Halloween?
Yeah. It's it's really fun. Like the ones I came up with are really funny. Like you can't tell because like this is your first time seeing it, but like the 40 he's drinking, I changed the color slightly to make it more red so it looks like he's drinking blood.
Oh, okay.
And so I have different variations of that. Like on the Santa Hannibal Buress, it's milk. On the Easter Hannibal Buress, it's carrot juice. I have like a St. Patrick's Day Hannibal Buress, and it's green.
Right.
So I just changed the drink to like match the season 2. It's a pretty funny meme that I've kept going for a while, and I don't think I'll all of my other profile pictures are my Jolly Roger. I don't think I'll ever change my Discord profile picture back. I love having it as my my profile picture.
Do you have like an Uncle Sam for the 4th of July?
No, I don't. That was around the time that I started getting lazy and just stopped making them.
Okay. All right. That's awesome. But it sounds like you got the rest of like the major and even like major holidays covered. Yeah, for sure. Nice. Well, I like it. It looked to me it looked like it was Wayne Brady, which
and it's hard to tell. His face is pretty covered.
Yeah, which that would be kind of funny.
I know that's the story of my Discord profile pictures. So, this was the On the Road podcast episode.
Yeah. Hopefully this comes out okay. I know we had a little bit of goofiness in the beginning, and well, I guess we went along fairly smoothly in the beginning, but you had some
until
computer
my laptop
issues.
died.
Yeah, in the middle. So And I've got all sorts of pieces of tech sitting in front of me. So old tech and new tech mixed together. So hopefully this sounds all right.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, everybody. We'll see you when I'm a little more settled into my apartment.
See you guys later.